some housekeeping. So we're going to have this Zoom, then I'm going to go live a few other times. We'll have to talk with Cecilia probably on Monday or Tuesday. I want her to come and talk about not only her journey, but I want her to talk about how are you more active? How do you make this a lifestyle? And as I see here, out of all of us, she's the only one that actually is walking. So this is how you make a lifestyle when it comes to getting more steps. But when you ask yourself how this is always so shredded, that's part of it. I'm telling you now that when you do 25 steps every day for 6 months, that's good. Yes, good seeing everybody in here. Cool. So this call is part of a challenge. I see Joanne, good to meet you. I didn't see you before inside the trainings. That's good. I'm not sure if you sign up for the challenge or you didn't, but if you want to do that, it's the last day today. Then, of course, you're all good to see. You can all watch these trainings if you want to. But mostly it's like regarding to actually being able to participate, win the prize, and being able to then access to everything else that would be done by today. I think everybody they are in the challenge now, they already have access to the app. I will personally give that direction for the workout from before Friday, whenever this happens. So I wanted to talk before we actually go into level 2 nutrition, which is the one thing how you do carb cycling, in my opinion, the right way. I wanted to talk about a little bit mindset and a little bit, yes, Edith, that would be correct. The app that you have, that would be what it is. Let's see if we still have people coming in. So I'm really excited, first and foremost, for those that attend the kickoff call, and we have some people watching the replay. You've all been contacted that you requested about legacy, and I will reach out. I already have. If you have an appointment next week, it's yours for sure. Meaning, like, you have this appointment. We might be able to make it a little bit earlier, based on schedule, because we are really tight up for this couple of weeks. But this is basically how it is. Now, I wanted to talk about decisions today. We have. I'm super stoked to have all the people inside the program that are in the mastermind, of course, taking up the challenge, which was included. We have a few people in some lower part of the program that got the challenge. Yet the important thing, like you all can hear me right? Like you just make a sign if you can. Okay, perfect. The one thing that I really wanted to point out, and this is more for the people who are going to watch the replay, is the disappointment that I have of like having 1,000+ people here. And of course, that doesn't go to anybody in the program. So like 100% for the people inside the group. I wish that we had at least 20 to 50 people just in this challenge alone, because it's like we had some people, but it's like that shows me that the actions and decisions, they don't go hand in hand ever, pretty much for everything. But today I wanted to leave you with something that, as is the last days to sign up, so most like a last call and saying, okay, if you really understand what's happening here, you might want to do it. I had a few conversations today about people wanting to join the program, people in tears. And then when it comes to actually being able to join the program and invest, they're like, okay, cool. Like I really cannot make it work. Like I really wish I had, but not everybody's on that position, whether they have to finance or whatever. Yet, when you have a 67 euro or dollar, challenge like this, and you don't take it up and you don't understand the value in it, it really shows me that decisions and results, what you see in the results in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months from now, and we have few examples in here. We have Dory, we have Cecilia, we have all of you that are in the program, are impacted from the decision that happens in the moment, in your moment, okay? When you decide something like, I'm gonna go out tonight, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna drink, in that moment, your priority isn't the weight loss. Even though you convince yourself for an hour or 10, maybe a month, that was your priority, right? When you say, I don't have energy to play with my kids, and then, like you might, do anything, like put all the other time into other stuff, that's another thing. It's like, when you say, I don't have energy, I have cravings, and then like, I should improve my sleep, and you're scrolling on your Instagram on the night, that's your priority, right? When you say things such as, I want to change, I really wish, we had an option to do that. And then, you don't take something like this as a challenge, which is clearly going to be the closest ever that you can get to work with me or my coaches for this investment, and you take this and you spare it on Netflix. That's your decision in the moment. That's like, in this moment, the instant gratification is what you feel right now, and it's all good. It doesn't make you any better of a person or better person as somebody else, but it's the ownership you have to take in your moment. Is like, and by the way, I'm guilty of that too. Like, I'm the one scrolling Instagram instead of sleeping. I'm the one that, I'm not supposed to eat at night. Maybe that I know that I wasn't emotionally ill, I'm doing it. Like, it's not like I'm any different. I'm just saying, like, feel good with yourself. Don't feel like you're a failure. You're making decisions. And funny is, like, the funny part for the challenge is because I really wish that, like I said last other time, this is not going to make us any richer, but it is going to change some people's life. And it's like, my mission is like really to change people and change a lot of people. And I cannot do it if you don't pull the trigger. And I understand when people cannot pull the trigger of high of an investment that most of you did in here. I understand that. What I don't get for you watching the replay is if you have an iPhone, you will spare $1,000 for that. And if it breaks tomorrow, it's going to take you a day to replace for a piece of technology you don't need. Yet you won't do it for $67 to change your health, to kickstart your health. Why? Because you don't believe something is going to work. You don't think, like, maybe you don't believe in yourself, but that's how bad it is. Yeah. So this is basically how this thing works in general. And I wanted to live with that. I wanted to get this thought in here. And if you're watching the replay and you say, I want to attend the challenge, you can still do probably by I extend it a little bit until you watch the replay. But after tomorrow is gone. And again, you will come back in 6 months and it's like, oh, I wish I had this challenge. And this is something that your decision in the moment will make the person you're becoming. Those moments stack up. And it's not about taking and say, I'm not going to drink anymore. It's not about taking and say, I'm not going to go out anymore. Like, if you know me, we are pretty flexible. We say, I want you to, to compromise with your life because it needs to be sustainable. But it's one thing that it's like you have to make small choices towards whatever matters more to you. We are based on evolution to make choices from survival or from logic. And obviously, when you choose from survival, it's like in the moment you want instant gratification without thinking of consequences. When you choose later, then sometimes it's like that's the situation. You can always get better, but you need to start somewhere. And that's what I'm leaving you with. The person you're becoming in 6 months from now is based on your moments, because we always decide on the moment. In the moment, that donuts is better than not eating it. In the moment, watching TV is better than sleeping. In the moment, whatever, like when you say you don't have time, that's another story for another time, right? But let's jump into the juices about the call. This is why I wanted to get you here, and I wanted to make it entertaining for everybody. So I'm going to now, I think that's what we have here today. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So most of you are based in Europe. I see Canada here as well. I do believe you think in kilo as well, like not in pounds, but in case that you are not thinking in kilos, we're going to have to use some maths today. Thank God enough. See, I'm going to show you why Google is good today. Because for most people, they're trying to self-diagnose stuff to change difficult problems with Google. And they say, this is why Google is good. When you want facts, when you want real facts, you can actually use it. And it's actually good, right? So what are we doing today? We are gonna kind of like show you based on what we did last time as well, what is the more precise way for you to be able to do carb cycling. And we did level 1 the other day, which is intuitive eating. This is kind of like how you want to be more precise. I wanted to show you a few pictures. I'll do it maybe in a second time. We have Dori here. And I saw her picture today. It's unbelievable, the change that she had from the beginning. And it's like, that level of change only happens when you look at the detail, when you're able to feel like an athlete, think like an athlete, behave like one. And even though she's not an athlete, you have the mentality of an athlete, like you are precisely tracking everything. I remember the first tracking challenge we did, which was just a simple tracking challenge. She went in and looked all the fat percentage. She made all this research and like took, the skin fold and all that stuff. When you think like that and you behave like that, making decision, like I said, in the moment, then in 4 months from now, you look like the way she does. That's not random. That's not just genetics. That's not luck. I just made something on something that I heard it, like I don't know where, but it was from Gary Player, which was like a golf player. He said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So you need to put in the work to get like that. It's no random. And I'm not like, sometimes I feel like, okay, I should probably put more work, right? So basically it's simple what we're doing today. I'm basically giving you a simple direction, and it's going to be like taking your own weight, right? You put it in here, you convert, like you can do Google that stuff, convert pounds into kilo into pounds, whatever. We need pounds for this. I do believe, actually, let me see, because maybe we don't need pounds. No, we actually don't. I remember the other calculator. No, I'm not. Okay. So this calculator, by the way, you can find many of those. If you don't need to convert the pound, it's even better. You just use a kilo. If you have pounds, you can convert kilo into pound. You take this calculator. I'm going to now just paste it inside the Zoom. Let me just do that first before then you're going to, like, this is also in the Zoom. So you need to be in this call to actually do it this way. I might paste even in the replay. I'm going to probably try to paste in the replay as well. You can also do that. Okay, so you clicking on that stuff. You can do it on a later stage, not in a call. You will calculate what your consumption it is based on the days, the carb days, right? And then it's simple as tracking. Like we've done it before. If you haven't done it before, we can go ahead again. I explain you, but like this is basically, if you are in the app, I'm going to highly suggest you use MyFitnessPal because that's the only one that connects to the app. I personally like sometimes to use MyFitnessPal or lose it. In real life, I do. You need to go in life, you're tracking for an amount of time. And then like when you know everything, it's no longer necessary to track because the sizes are not changing. So you need to track when, let's say you don't kind of like get the results you want, you might go back a month or two of tracking, but it's not necessary forever. So you go into clicking that link that I give you. I suggest you do it with me right now. Like you save that link or you click it because then you're gonna probably might want to find this link again. You go on this is something that this is why Google is good, by the way. Not like we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We didn't make our own calculator. It's like, why would we do that? Like maybe we will, but our strategy in the program is very personalized nutrition, not necessarily just carb cycling. So I'm going to pretend I'm a woman, 40 years old. You are, let's say, 160 centimeter. You want to put your current weight, and I know it's not precise for the fat percentage, but you're going to put your current weight, and then you're going to put your desired weight. Let's say you are 90 kilo, and you want to get to 78, right? Then you're going to put your best accurate description of what this is. It's like either light, 1 to 3 times a week, or sedentary, right? Somebody like Cecilia would be very, very active, or something probably between very active or extra active, right? Depending if you're probably gonna go with this one because like as far as I know, you don't have like a physical job as well. But if you have a physical job, you go with this, like builders and like not much, maybe like a waitress or something, like what a active job as well. But anybody else is from moderate to light. I would not use more than that because it's gonna skew your results. So you say moderate, as you see here, your consumption is 23.85. You can ask me a question if you are in the program and say, should I just, in fact, I'm actually answering you now. Yes. You, actually, I wanna kind of like do it differently because your direction is being taught over several times. So I'm not gonna, I wanted to get the gist of it and probably use light, most of you, and go with this approach, something like whatever is going to spit out. There is conservative day, there is aggressive day, there is moderate day. Okay, we said it the other day, we said, if you are over 25%, you probably want to go, you can go a little bit more aggressive. 1600, yeah? If you are less than 30% body fat and you watch the picture that I saw on Monday, you can see if you're 25, you want to go with probably that you can go a little bit moderate, yeah? If you are lower, you want to be a little bit more conservative because you want to conserve muscle mass. Like Cecilia would use the conservative. You don't want to go with the 1100, yeah? And this shows you if you did carb cycling for 13 weeks, 26 weeks, 33 weeks, you will achieve that weight given provided your body responds. And it's a big if. We know that it's not like that. This is why we're doing it for 21 days. we take some data in the end and we see what happens. There is no way to make this wrong, because even though if you, let's say, exceed your calorie for 20 days, I mean, worst case scenario, you kind of like stay the same, but you're not gonna become really 2, 3, 4, 5 kilo more just for making this mistake. If carb cycling was not something your body reacts with. And this is the cool part. This is basically what you want to take a screenshot of. Like, you're going to take a screenshot of this, and of this, and you're going to post it inside the group, and you're going to tag Coach Jennifer and me inside the group, and kind of like saying, okay, this is kind of like what I found. Yeah. Now, this is the artistic part. We have high carb days. We have low carb days. I wouldn't think about the aggressive. I would go based on how you, like, I take one, either moderate, aggressive, or let's say between 25 to 40% aggressive, you can go. Between 30% to, let's say, 20%, you can go moderate. Between 20%, which is probably just a few in here, you can go with this one. These are your macros. Okay, your macros are, now you're taking this and you say and you put something on a paper down, and you can put on the group if you want. We know that if you are over 30% fat percentage, then you go with, in the day, we just said it last time, you go, probably you can, I mean, in fact, you can split how much you want the meals, it doesn't matter. But as long as you hit this amount of calorie, which is your moderate day, and use the moderate, high, and low carb, then you're all good. Then what you do is simple. It's like you go into something like Lose It, you track your food, you post your food and you track it, and all. It's really practice. Okay. If you need, I'm gonna copy one of these videos in here, like how the biggest mistake people make, or you can actually also look it up if you want, if you can find even better video. The biggest mistake people make with tracking food. And there are some big mistakes which you should be really careful of, like, sizes, not factoring the oil and all that stuff. You want to be watching those videos hundreds of times. It's not like only, the thing that I always see is like people, they're always looking for something new. It's like, no, the thing is there and it's actually good information. Just use it. Okay, I doing sometimes tracking for like now years, and I still struggle with it. It's like, it's not easy. It's not an easy skill. I'm going to say that this is a big, we're gonna probably underestimate your cardio for 20% all the time, all your life. It's just like you want to get better. So it's a skill that you want to build. I want you to do this exercise, calculate it, post it. I'm gonna copy this thing later. I'm gonna make a post about it. I'm gonna copy this replay. You want to be going with your logic. We can, as coaches, we can help you if you want. You can say, I'm 30%, what should I do? But I'm saying, like, the rule of thumb is that, it's like, even if we were in the program, we had a call, I would tell you the same thing. It's like, those pictures are really accurate. If you take your last picture that you took and then you look it up, that thing that I had yesterday, which is like the fat percentage of each person, they're very accurate. They're not that far off. They're not like enough off to say this is not going to work. And these are really specific methods. You want to be eating, like, you want to go with the light or with the moderate or something like that, and you want to be eating those macros. That's a skill. That's all you need to hear for nutrition, like level 1, level 2. Simple as that. If you do that, it's like, and now it's like you're gonna say, oh, I wish I had more. Like, yeah, but it's like nothing new. There will be the last lecture, which is gonna be on probably live on Facebook. Talk about how your body thinks in weeks, not in days, how to use strategically a cheat meal, what is really a cheat meal versus just building a best relationship with food. That's something that we're going to talk about next week. But as far as your starting goal, now it's time to say, I make a decision. I'm going to do with level 1 or with level 2. If you want to try if you want to build a skill, learn something, I would go with level 2, what we have here today. If instead you say, which I do also appreciate, you want to do something for long and you don't see yourself like somebody can track for long, then I guess like you want to go with the other one. But okay, I mean, this is basically it. Okay, now I would like to open up for questions. We do have some time left, and I wanted to make this thing shorter than usual because I do want to show real examples if you ask questions for me. Unmute yourself and like or raise a hand. Unmute yourself. I'm not gonna be able to see who does that, so maybe unmute yourself and it's like first come first serve. Come in and just let me know what you need help with, or like when you have any question, because I do realize that it's still a little bit of a skill, even to calculate and all that. Any question? We have time. Come on. I highly suggest you ask question, because is a fix. Whenever the thing finish, we're gone. So like if you need help, is the time to ask.
So Jerry, I will go with a question. Hi,
How you doing?
this is Tanya. So if I got it right, we have the tool, the carb cycling calculator we will do.
Yeah.
Then we have the other tool, which is the application you were suggesting we should use, MyFitnessPal.
Correct. Yeah.
And then you also mentioned the link of Lose It. So is
Yeah,
either
so,
one or the other, or all these three tools?
No, I would use, like, I made an example because I would like this to, and again, for some people, you know, that are not in the program, I just said I'm using all the options. For you that you are, and I'm assuming like you would have to check, but if you're not, just send me a message. I will connect MyFitnessPal to the app. Like I need to send you like a signal of connection. Because I know that you think you're using like I don't know if it's a meal plan or something, so like we might need to connect that. But I would highly suggest you use what is in the app, because provided that you like it and you want to continue, that's much easier to get data. Okay. For somebody that instead they're not maybe considering the program or whatever, they, you know, I find Lose It to be much easier. Like I think it's an Apple app or whatever. I find it much easier to use. I personally like better. Obviously, we need to use the program with that app. So far, we have not found in the industry anything better, which is not fun, because it's like I do understand that it has this limitation. It does the work, but in a perfect world, now that it comes all the AI in, I hope that they make a better app, honestly, than the one we have, more responsive, you know. But the MyFitnessPal is also a good app. So it's something that, like, provided that you like to log once and then it's gonna remember and everything. So it's I would say, yeah, it's like you want to be probably going back to this, and like you know, you want to be this one you have in the website too. Like if you go to Level 2 Nutrition in the website, you're gonna see all these videos. Like you're gonna see some that I made, some that shows you how to accurately track. Then you download MyFitnessPal, you can put inside the app, and you're gonna connect it with your app. And basically this thing again is like is something that I find it to be pretty accurate. I look at a few before, and I like the fact that it give you ranges. Like it's a range. It's like you can, you know, you go with sedentary, you see how this changes the calorie now. Like sedentary, you would need a lot less, right? Look at it, like, see, I never suggest to do that. Like if you never go out under 1,000, under 1,200 calories, not safe. I would go with moderate, even if you're 50%. If you're a person that really don't like suffer the hunger, I would go for a while to see 1,000 calories, but I would not sustain it for 13 weeks. That's not, you can probably lose weight, but then you need a plan to come out of this restriction. That's going to mess up your metabolism momentarily. It's not a good idea. But when you are like, you know, let's say you are, say, I don't know, 95, 100, whatever. Some of you like need to lose 20 plus kilo like this. And like, even like, see, if you are even light or moderate, look at how many calories you're eating. That's a lot of food, like to total daily need. Then you go with aggressive, you can go with 1,500 calories. You can go with 2,000 calories for sure. Like that's the case. So you wanna split, like I would choose a number, and I would, if you're scared really to say gain weight, you wanna go a little bit more conservative, you're gonna go aggressive, and then you're gonna also use the same macros. So we know that when you are in a low carb day, you keep your protein, see the protein stays the same, your fat go up and down. When you are low carb, then you have high fat. When you are high carb, or if you want to call that high, is low fat. I know. So I saw some people talking today about what is low carb, high carb. I wanted to touch a little bit about that. In anything less than 100 grams per day carbohydrates, it is low carb. Anything less than 35 is almost like keto, which I don't recommend. Like if you don't do that medically, like I would not recommend. But the most part is like most people need up to probably either 2.2 grams per body fat, body weight, which is like if I am 90 kilo times 90 is like I would need at least 198 grams of carbs to have my thyroid function properly, especially if I work out, And some, like, I would not suggest you stay below. If you have a thyroid, something like something that doesn't work well with a thyroid, and you know you've been doing low carb, the first thing I would do, I would put you 150 grams of carb probably for 6 months. So that would not be the challenge for you. Like if you do have, and now I don't remember all your stories specifically, but if you do have some thyroid issue or whatever, text me before to start this. I'm going to make a more accurate recommendation. But more or less, this is what we're looking at. Does this answer the question? Anybody else? Was it so clear?
Can I say something, please,
Lamis.
Jerry? This is Lamis. Hi.
How
Hi,
you
Don.
doing?
Yes, I'm okay. Struggling, but yes, I'm a warrior. I think I am going to be. I just wanted to ask regarding the thyroid thing. I have hypothyroidism,
Yeah.
but it is under control. Like I take my pills, thyroxine. So that means, and all my blood indicators are correct or like within the normal range. So that means that I am just like a normal person. So I just need the calorie intake as just as normal as any other person without the
It means,
thyroid.
I wish I could answer this question not in black or white, but it's gonna be gray. But I wish I could give you like an answer you want to hear, but it's not easy to answer. But it's like I saw people that have thyroid issue, whether they're induced or genetical, which by the way, genetical is always smaller. You know, that has value like normal people, but they have thyroid symptom. Like you, I know you really well, and I know that like we know that we are now having you track, we're taking a map to track several symptoms for the next 3 weeks, right? This is something I want you to do starting today, regardless, like whether or not you want to do the challenge, but it's something that is important. But I would definitely not recommend that you go lower than 120 grams per day of carb, like ever for now, for a while. Whether it's starches, fruits, whatever, I would not recommend that you do less. But if you want, we can calculate it together. We have sometimes. Let's just, because this is, I know that you asked me several times about this. Let's just do it. What is your age?
56.
Okay. Your height?
163 centimeters.
Your latest weight?
62 and half.
Let's go
if it doesn't take half,
yeah,
let's say 63.
Yeah.
63.
And what is your desired goal that you'll say, like, let's say a perfect scenario?
58.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Because
okay. Now we're gonna say that we're gonna use this one. Probably.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Something like that. We wanna go with either conservative.
Maybe can we go moderate?
Yes, moderate. Yeah.
I'm just learning from everybody else to be like very ambitious.
So as you see, I would go with this. I wouldn't go lower than 14. Like I would actually go conservative here. I would not go, because that's like a thyroid is not only based on the lower carb but also lower calories. So I would not go less than 1200 with you for sure. That would be the time that you would take, provided your body reacts. And I would also
daily calorie. Sorry. Daily calorie is 1200. You said?
No, it's 1400.
1400. Yes. Oh,
okay.
yes. I see. Okay.
Yeah. For this one, conservative.
Yes.
Conservative, yeah. So this one. You're also gonna use this number. See, that's what I wanted to get now. 100. I like protein 106 grams. I like that. I like this one when you are high carbs, right? I don't want you to do completely low carb days. We're gonna call it moderate carb day. So it's gonna be more of the nature of, and again, like I know you're very pedantic on all the time, the detail. Do not take this like in stone, okay? I'm gonna say you go with 100 and maybe 15, 20 grams of carbs, and you probably go with something more like 50 grams of fat.
Okay.
And if you were to post this, like if you took this calculation yourself and you posted and you said, I have thyroid issue, or like you remind me, because I know you. The good thing about this thing is like I know you, how you guys like most, like if you were like even in person, like even if we're just online, I know all your stories and I see all your data. We have something that you don't see in the app. We have like database of you guys, like of your recommendation. Is more like it's like folder that we open. It's like, okay, that's what we did. This is what we did. It's like, I know all your pathways. So that's what, like if you come in 6 months from now, I wish we whatever. I know everything we did. So it's just, this is why I'm saying, like, more you give me, the easier it is for me. So if you posted this in the group and you tell me, what do I do? Because it's like, so I would say probably you don't want to go less than, if you want to really test your body a little bit, you can try 100 grams, since that you are still getting data lab that it suggests that you're not thyroid resistant. But I would definitely not go, I would use a moderate carb day and a high carb day. I would not use a low in your case. But all the other people that are, let's say, know anything in the lab, that doesn't that doesn't affect. Especially it doesn't affect for 15 days, Lamis. Like, this is something you do for 15 days. We take some data. So I'm saying, like, try that, and you're gonna write down the data, you're gonna put in the app, so we know how does this, because we with you we tested several things, and we know that several things we're now doing as well. It's a different component. There is some neurological as well component in there. There is some psychosomatic component, is like, a lot of stress that you're getting from other things that does impact, unfortunately, your cortisol and all that. So it's a lot more work to do than just simply just saying eat some macros. But I'm saying, like, if the mechanical part when it comes to the nutrition works, we're gonna stick with it with you for sure. Like, this is something that is easy to do. Did I answer the question?
Yes, and the relation between carbs and fat, like alternatively, does it apply here with this carb challenge, or like if I take less of carbs, do I take extra fat, or if I took extra fat, do I necessarily have to reduce the carb?
No, like I said, like, you want to stay within ranges. That's the whole principle about. So it's like you're gonna copy the ranges that you see there, and if you copy, like, and you're gonna have to retake the same calculation and copy it, and then you put it there, and then I can write what your other ranges should be. So then you stay in these ranges. The hard part is actually staying in the ranges. It's like when you have to eat 100 grams of carb, and you have to eat 1,500 calories, and then you have to eat the calories stay the same, so you have to eat then only 50 grams of fat. How are you actually doing? That's the practical part. This is why I'm saying, like, this, to say, take this challenge and practice. It's not, you're not after the information. The info, like, you can see a side that is not my style, but you're gonna see similar lecture about what we did today. But the problem is that it's when you do it, the difficult. It's like, you kind of like, whenever you do it, is the difficult part, because, like, now you need to go with the food choices. Now you need to post this thing. Now you need to see, am I really, these food choices that I'm eating, are they reflecting? Am I scanning all the labels that I have to scan? Am I don't know, did I factor the oil in the salad? Did I forget about drinking that extra soda? I mean, all that stuff that literally messes up your car. Like, is a how do you say, is definitely a skill. It's a good skill to learn, but it's definitely a skill. So again, I would suggest that you take this calculation again. You can watch the replay. It's going to apply specifically to you. You can also just listen what I said, but then I would go with that. So in real life, higher carb, low fat doesn't really matter, but in this specific context, will, because provided that you, like, this is used on body recomposition very well, and provided that you are going to the gym and you are, then you can see some visual differences as well, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. We still have 4 minutes. A quick question, and then for all of you, like, you can still watch the replay, or you're gonna be able to write question, and I can, of course, get back at you. I need to get some food. Another long day for me. If anybody else wants any more specific, you need to be quick, because we do really have
just a quick question about women's cycles, and if there is any of the carb cycling that you're doing in combination with women's cycles that we're hearing about.
You mean like
increasing carbs
cycle?
before their menstrual periods?
Yeah. So, not necessarily, like, I don't know how much content you consume from me, But we do not like, our program is not just necessarily carb cycle. It's more so like really rebalancing women hormones and all. So obviously the menstrual cycle, unless like you have, like if you have a bad dysregulation that you never have it and like that, I would highly suggest that we have a conversation. More like I can send you an assessment and you can just fill it up and say, I am having all these symptoms, and we can have a conversation and can give you some hints. And also I can send you a, how do you say, like I made a video about like how do you eat according to your cycle, when you have more cravings. I'm not sure if you're asking a question based on the fact that you don't have a cycle and so it's a problematic thing, or it's more so like how to match a nutrition. Then of course you can use carb cycling, but it's more so like you need to kind of understand how this thing, the context. So I would say, like I did last time, let me just do it again just for today. I would say, if we're not friends on Facebook, I highly suggest that, like, I'm passing it inside now the thing. Or if we are, just send me a message on the messenger. The thing that I just pasted now is my profile. You can add me as a friend. You can text me there. Okay. I wish there was easy responses for this, but it's not. If you do have some dysregulation and that impacts your cycle, it's in your own interest to actually fix it as quick as possible. But if it's just that you want some notion of nutrition about that, I can send you a video. So it's up to you. Just text me and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Cool.
I will.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. So if you wish to take the challenge, let me know by tonight. And if not, then I'll just stop here. Ladies, thank you for coming here. I'm going to put the replay. If you put down in the replay, if you're going with level 1 or level 2, you will have to make a choice by, let's say, tomorrow, just for the sake of you getting some practice in. And if you go with level 2, you're going to follow the direction in this video, level 1, the other video. So it's really up to you, but it's going to be fun. The nutrition is covered. So now I'm going to cover the workout part, and then we'll cover next week with Cecilia, the kind of like not only her journey, but also how do you keep active in life, which is good. It's always a good skill to have, myself included. And there we go with that. And then the last one, it was going to be about making sure that we put everything together, and then it's going to be a good 15 days or 20 days of practice. Ladies, thank you so much to be here. And if you have anything for me, will just message me as always. And also you can message Coach Jennifer that we're going to practice some work now inside the challenge.
Our new coach.
Yes, Coach Jennifer, the coach.
And the other coach, did
I understand? It will be announced.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Take care. All the best. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.